we are going to do a segment on trade deadline, or not trade deadline, but trade deadline has already passed. We want to talk about the draft and trades that are going to happen at said draft. Now, Darcy, you came up with this idea.
Yep.
You wanted us to come up with a trade that's going to happen at the draft. They're not just any regular, like, he's going to trade
Like
this second
blockbuster
round.
trades that could happen that would make sense, or we'll get you guys, the viewers, to write in and tell us if they make sense at all. Because I think this is going to be a very interesting draft. There's a lot of teams that I think are in need of a lot and have a lot to give. I think this is going to be a very, very busy draft.
So,
trades.
like Darcy said, if you had a suggestion or have a suggestion for a trade, a blockbuster trade that could happen at the NHL Entry Draft, write to us, use the Twitter, so it's at Ride and Pine Show, and just add us with that. Whatever your trade happens to be. If you think Erik Karlsson is going to the New York Islanders for a first-round pick, do so. I will love you forever, and Darcy will obviously hate you.
Literally almost my trade.
Ooh, she just didn't do it to the Islanders. Or he's getting more like a Ho-Sang.
I did do it to the Islanders.
It was Ho-Sang. I'm going to guess it.
No, don't guess it. Let me tell it. Let me go through it.
All right. So who wants to go first then?
You go first.
Me?
Well, I'll go first.
Okay, Darcy goes first. Yeah.
Okay, so
don't tease me.
The first round this year is very interesting for the Ottawa Senators because we don't know what's going to happen with Karlsson. We don't even know if Karlsson at this point wants to come back. So my thought, and Eugene Melnick said that they might get outgunned in a contract negotiation with Karlsson when Karlsson at the start said he's going to get what he deserves. So this pretty much,
obviously.
I mean, they're setting the table at this point in my mind. They're setting the table to part ways. So
they're winning the PR. Each side is warring for the PR battle.
The Senators have a first round pick that they have to give away to Colorado that they got in the Matt Duchene trade either this year, but it was top 10 protected. So we're going to pick no worse than fifth. So it was this year or next year. So no matter what, we're going to have to give them a first rounder by next year. So this is my what if scenario. You tell me if I'm crazy because I'm making the trade with your Islanders. So here it is.
John Tavares isn't going anywhere.
It's not John Tavares. Ooh. This is why this might work. Ooh. I've got Erik Karlsson and Bobby Ryan.
Oh, God. Okay. All right.
Going to New York.
Sure.
For Calvin DeHaan.
So that's a UFA.
Josh Ho-Sang.
Sure.
And both of your first round picks, which is probably, if it works out this way for this year, 11th and 12th overall. With Bobby Ryan, we retain 25% of his salary.
Oh, okay. There it is.
See,
what does that work? He's at 725?
725. So we're going to retain about 2.5 per year.
So that brings it down to 4.75 type thing?
No, it's not 2.5. Sorry, it's like 1.3 or something. But anyways, yeah, it brings it down to about...
So like five and change.
Yeah. They did it with enough. So that's my idea. Now, what we would do is, I'm assuming Ottawa would have the second overall pick. We could then flip one of those first rounds that we got from the Islanders to Colorado. So
can you? Because I think it has to be your pick, doesn't it?
No, just a first round pick.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, so we can flip it over. So we can get rid of the 13th. So we'd have the second overall pick, 13th overall. We would clear up a lot of space to sign Duchene and Stone next summer because they're all coming up.
Isn't Stone this summer?
Stone is not this summer. No, Stone. No, but he can go into arbitration. But that's a different story. And what I think at this point, a way to entice Tavares to stay is you bring Karlsson with Barzal, Karlsson.
Listen.
Tavares.
I
you find a goalie somehow. You get a goalie. It doesn't have to be.
I don't know how that works in the cap.
It's going to be tight, and they're going to have to make some.
Because you're adding 6.5 with Karlsson, right, for a year.
For a year, yeah.
You're adding 5 with
Bobby.
With Bobby.
Yeah.
So there's already $12 million.
So what are you getting
on top of what we already
have? What's Clutterbuck?
3.5.
You can get rid of him.
How? This is not part of your scenario.
You could buy him. I understand. I'm just saying if you had a chance to get Erik Karlsson right now in his prime and you have John Tavares.
Sure. When I look at the numbers, that we're already adding 12 and we haven't got into the $6 to $7 million extra that Tavares might be getting. We also haven't talked about any other of the UFAs or RFAs that they have going on, like Brock Nelson, right? Like that's
those
a
are
lot.
Those, and that's where you're open to at that point. Open
not that I want
to
keep Brock Nelson.
But you're open to listening at that point because you're going to have to get rid of some of those guys.
Oh yeah, easily. And if I'm bringing in Karlsson to do so, and I can keep Tavares, sure, I try to move hell and high water.
Yeah.
easily.
You try anyways. That's a what if. I didn't go into the exact specifics with the cap room and who you'd have to dump and all that sort of stuff. That's just a trade for the Ottawa perspective that if it could make sense and that could maybe work with the Islanders if they could make it work. If Snow was able to find a way to clear up that space and
Yeah, well, Snow's not even in charge of the Tavares negotiations right now, so like I don't know what he's doing.
wow.
Yes, the owners.
That's
Scott Malkin is taking care of the negotiations. Essentially, I think Garth is just going to be the figurehead that signs the deal or gives him the piece of paper.
okay.
But anyways,
Interesting.
Harp, you want to go through with yours?
Oh,
You said you had a good one, so I'm
I
really
got a good one.
excited. I don't have a great one. I have a good one, but
and this is all depending on.
mine isn't flashy. It's just practical.
Mine is blockbuster.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So this is depending on where the Montreal Canadiens and the Arizona Coyotes pick where they're going to draft.
Where the
Right.
So
ping
at
pong
worst
balls were.
right now, Montreal can draft what, 7?
7th,
Okay.
And at
Right.
worst, the Coyotes is 4th.
4th.
Okay.
So let's
no,
say
5th
No,
or
6th.
6th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Coyotes 3 right now, right?
so. It
right,
all
yes.
depend. Depending on where it happens. So let's say the Coyotes get first overall.
Okay.
They're not going to let go of that.
No.
Obviously, never going to let go of that. Doesn't matter who you have. So if they do get first, then I'm going to go to 2019 for my first round picks in this deal.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
You understand?
I might.
So
I'm there.
okay,
I'm there.
so I got Patches, Gallagher for OEL.
So it's speaking names that people that aren't
Okay,
following.
so Max Pacioretty
Yes.
and Brendan Gallagher
Yeah.
and the 2018 first round pick
Are going where?
to Arizona
Okay.
in exchange for Oliver Ekman Larson,
Okay.
Max Domi, and their 2018
First round pick.
first round pick.
So you're swapping first rounds.
Swapping
and you're
first round
doing,
picks, and I'm giving
like
you a
for like.
30 goal scorer plus a guy that has more heart than
Well, another
Muhammad
30
Ali
goal scorer.
But you're trading Gallagher for Domi at this point?
and their first round pick.
No, you're
But
swapping
giving your
first
first
rounds.
round pick too.
Exactly. So that's depending on where they land.
So 1 for 1. So obviously the
Although-
big piece in this is Oliver Ekman Larson.
Yeah, because
That's
he's
the
going to
big
play
piece.
right next to Shea Weber.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And then you just have to go and get yourself something else.
But can you get rid of the goal scoring from Pacioretty at this point?
You guys couldn't score any goals, and you just
Like
shipped out
Domi's
60 goals.
not Drouin, Doan, or Domi. None of those guys are coming up and filling those goals. So you're gonna have to find somebody. That's where you hope Tavares comes over. In
exactly. This is the
Your
caveat.
hands off my man.
The caveat is in the back of my mind. They are signing this guy,
Right.
Because they're gonna have at that point
like
probably
40
one
million.
of the best decors in the league after that. And then they have Tavares.
Nashville's got something to say on that.
Yeah.
No, let's see.
One of.
But that's my. I don't know. Is it PlayStation approved? I'll try it later.
I
That's
don't.
that's the test for validity. PlayStation approved.
I feel like
Or Clayton Keller.
I think. Oh no, he's untouchable.
Yeah, he's not going nowhere.
I think Oliver Ekman Larson could go. I think Montreal might have to give up one more piece. Something, and it might not have to be groundbreaking, but
Do you think? I don't think so. They're giving up 60 goals in that trade.
Pacioretty and
Gallagher put up 31
Yeah,
this year?
Gallagher. I forgot Gallagher.
Gallagher got 30 goals this year. Pacioretty only had 20.
For Oliver Ekman Larson and Domi.
Oliver, he's
That's a big loss up front.
It
for Montreal.
depends on, like you said, it depends on where those first round picks lie, because then that's where you get to play with value. Obviously, if you're trading a 4 and 5 overall,
It's not much, right?
it's not much. That the bigger the
I'd almost
difference is
ask.
much.
I'd almost ask for, or I would almost ask for another first round pick in return.
Not with that. Not with Oliver Ekman Larson.
No, you're
So
not.
that's a blue chip defenseman.
Like
Those don't get traded.
maybe who knows, right? Like it's possible. We could have all sat here 2 years ago and said like, hey, I'm gonna trade Taylor Hall for Adam Larson, and we would have laughed you out of the room.
Yeah.
But it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like maybe, but I doubt it. But like good call. I don't know.
Spitballing here.
Yeah.
We got to do something, boys.
You definitely have to do something. That's true.
And
I kind of hate that. I just think you got to keep Gallagher for that guy's just
think
such
so.
a
yeah, he's probably going to be the captain next year.
he's such a heart guy. That's a
Pacioretty's
tough-
gone.
That
What
is
about-
blockbuster though.
What about Pacioretty, a second, and maybe a third for OEL, or Patches for OEL?
Patches for Royale. They're
That would never happen.
2
You would have to.
years.
You would be having that.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to add. Like,
Yeah.
because you don't want to get like the thing with Montreal. The only reason that Bergevin was even put in the job is the guy before him had nothing in the system because he kept trading first round picks.
Yeah.
Scott Gomez, didn't they lose the first round for that?
Mm-hmm.
Or at least they lost Ryan McDonough.
Yep.
So that's not a good thing. So and that's why Bergevin is there now. And if he's going to do the same thing that his predecessor was doing, well, he's going to be out real quick. He's already on the hot seat.
Yeah, but they've given him next year, right?
Right.
The owner, Molson, was saying they're riding with him next year.
Yep. Foxhole buddies.
Foxhole buddies.
Foxhole buddies.
Okay, my trade is between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Edmonton Oilers.
Okay.
Because the Tampa Bay Lightning have something that the Edmonton Oilers need.
A defenseman.
That's correct.
Okay.
Can you guess what defenseman I'm gonna?
Sergachev?
No,
You think he's
McDonough.
untouchable?
I think so.
McDonough?
McD.
It's McD.
Yeah, that's
McDonough's gone. They brought him in for a year to make that cup run. They might try to keep him because I think he's at the end of his rope, right, in terms of contract.
I could see him getting moved. Yeah.
So I think they move him to Edmonton for a first and Kaylor Yamamoto.
A first round.
A first round pick from the Edmonton Oilers and Kaylor Yamamoto.
And the first round would be 2019.
Whatever, I just wrote first round. But yeah, let's say 2019.
So you got to figure Edmonton's going to
Edmonton,
have a bounce back season if they get, you know, if Talbot gets back on track and if you've got McDonough in the lineup there, you figure that first round
is
is
no
a lot
longer a
less.
lottery pick.
Oh, no. Yeah. No, it's going to be probably a
Your
playoff team.
20s, yeah.
Because there's no shortage of talent on that team.
And
They
Ryan
just had a bad
McDonough,
year.
is he a UFA at the end of this year? Do you know?
I forget. You can pull it up quicker than I can, probably.
I'll pull it up. I just don't remember if he's.
What are you watching, bud?
Anime.
Nice, good old ads.
Pop-ups.
So it's just he's right-handed, if I'm not mistaken. He's the type of D that they need on the top pair, clearly, because he can not only protect the blue line, but he can also put up points, which is important for them. Because Larson protects the blue line, he just doesn't put up any points. He also doesn't generate any shots, which Ryan McDonough does. Maybe not in spades, but he does certainly a heck of a lot more than Adam Larson does, or anyone else on the team, except for maybe Oscar Klefbom. So the way I look at it, I think that's that deal that they need to make. He's going to be surplus to requirements. He's got a year left.
Yeah, he's got one more year left, and
And that's a good cap hit, 4.7.
he's got a no trade.
How old is he?
Modified. no
Donna's
trade.
only about 27, 28, my guess. He's not old.
29?
28 years old.
28?
That's old for a defenseman.
No, he's still in his peak at 28.
Yeah.
I don't find he's not a huge offensive guy.
No, he'll
He's
put
a
up like
shutdown.
maybe 40 points in a good year, which is great for Edmonton, right? But he's also solid on the back end. So he's giving you that maybe 30, 40 points, but he's also maybe not bleeding a ton of goals like they've been doing all year.
Yeah.
So he's a huge upgrade for them.
They got to tighten it up over there.
And if they're going to give up like a promising, they got to give up something. They got a promising forward in Kaylor Yamamoto, who's small, who fits right in the Tampa Bay model.
Yeah, no kidding.
And they give him
all
the first round.
103
Yamamoto,
pounds
you know Yamamoto's going to go out next year and
Sit with Kucherov and put up 80 points.
Yeah, exactly.
He's going to win a Calder trophy next year.
Yeah.
But
And you know what? I think that trade makes a lot of sense to me. Like that's the trade that could actually happen.
maybe. We'll see. I don't know how the cap works out because obviously the Edmonton Oilers have that huge McDavid contract coming up next year.
But they're not going to do any moves.
Draisaitl.
They're not going to do any moves until after the draft.
No. But this is at the draft.
At the draft. Okay.
This is at
not the draft lottery, but the draft.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
after you know what position you're picking.
Yeah, because
Then
the
you
draft
can-
lottery is in 10 days, not even 9 days.
Ooh, let's be fun, boys.
Yes,
Next
sir.
Saturday.
Next Saturday. So that's my trade. Ryan McDonough to the Edmonton Oilers for Kyler Yamamoto and the Edmonton Oilers first round pick in either 2018 or 19.
I like it.
Well, no, 2019. Sorry, because 18 it's just too good of a pick. They're not going to want to give that up.
Yeah, no, they won't.
They'll have to get JT Miller back for that.